The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter, text number 21, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on April 13th, 1973, in New York.
Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda, and the other cowherd men of Vrndavana, and the enlivener of the cows and the senses.
So, in the beginning, Kunti Devi said that Namaste Purusham Tadhyam Isharam Prakriti Param. I offer my obeisances unto the person, Purusham, who is Prakriti Param, who is beyond this material manifest. Krishna is complete spirit, soul, super soul. He has no material body. So in the beginning, Kunti Devi gave us this understanding that God, the Supreme Purusha, Purusha means person, is not impersonal, Purusha. But he is not a Purusha of this material world, not a personality of this material creation. That is the understanding. The impersonalist cannot accommodate in their poor fund of knowledge how the Supreme Absolute Truth can become a person. Because whenever they think of person, they think of a person of this material world. That is the defect. So, the poor fund of knowledge. Why God should be a person of this material world? So that was clear in the beginning. Prakriti para, beyond this material creation. But he is a person. So now that personality, although alaksham, invisible, now by the grace of Kunti, we can understand that although the Supreme Person is invisible, now he has appeared to be visible, Krishna. Therefore he says, Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Vasudeva conception, sometimes the impersonalists, they have Vasudeva conception, means all pervading. So Kunti Devi is pointing out that Vasudeva is Krishna, all pervading. Krishna, by his Vasudeva feature, he is all pervading. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddese arjuna tishta. This feature of Krishna, Krishna, the original person, has got three features. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as all-pervading Paramatma, Super Soul, and impersonal Brahma effulgence. So, those who are interested in Bhakti Yoga, they have no business with the impersonal Brahma effulgence. That is for common man. Common man. Just like you can try to understand, those who are inhabitants of the sun planet, what they have got to do with the sunshine? That is the most insignificant thing for them, sunshine. Similarly, those who are advanced in spiritual life, they are interested in the person, Purusham, Vasudeva, Purusham. That realization takes place, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, after many, many births. Bahunam janmanam anti. At the end of many, many births. these impersonalists who are very much attached to the Brahma effulgence, such persons, they are called Gyani. They are trying to understand the absolute truth by dint of their knowledge. But they do not know that their knowledge is very imperfect and limited. And Krishna, the absolute truth, is unlimited. You cannot approach the unlimited by your limited knowledge. That is not possible. So, by the grace of devotees like Kunti Devi, we can understand that here is a Vasudeva, the all-pervading absolute truth, Paramatma. Vasudeva is here, Krishna, Vasudevaya. So this Vasudeva realization is possible by the impersonalist after many, many births. Not very easy. Bhavanam janvanamante jnanavan manga prapaddate Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlava. Sudurlava. Very rare. Mahatma, broad-minded. But one who cannot understand Krishna, they are crippled-minded. They are not broad-minded. If one becomes broad-minded, then by the grace of Krishna, he can understand Krishna. Sevanmukhi hi jiva, the process is sevanmukh. Service. Service beginning with the tongue, Vasudeva realization is possible. The service, the first service is Savanam Kirtanam. Chant Hare Krishna mantra and hear repeatedly. And take prasad. These are the two businesses of the tongue. So, he'll realize. Very simple method. Sevanmukhe hi jivhadu. Krishna will reveal. Not that by your endeavor you can understand Krishna, but your endeavor in the loving service, that will make you qualify. The Krishna will reveal. Sayam eva spuratta. Krishna is very much anxious to take you back home, back to Godhead. But we are stubborn. We do not wish. So he is always finding out the opportunity how you can be taken back home, back to God. Just like affectionate father. The rascal son left his father loitering in the street and have no shelter, no food, suffering so much. The father is more anxious to take the boy home. Similarly, Krishna is the Supreme Father. All these living entities within this material world, they are exactly like the misled child of a big rich man loitering in this. So the greatest benefit to the human society is to give him Krishna consciousness. Greatest. You cannot give any benefit, any kind of material profit will not satisfy the living entity. If he is given this Krishna consciousness, just like the same process, a bewildered boy is loitering in the street, if he is reminded, my dear boy, why you are suffering so much? You are son of such and such very rich man, your father has got so much property, why you are loitering in the street? And if he comes to his consciousness, yes, I am the son of such and such big man, why shall I loiter in the street? He goes back home. Jadagatyana nivartante. Therefore this is the best service, to inform him that you are part and parcel of Krishna, you are son of Krishna. Krishna is opulent, 6 kinds of opulence. Why you are troubling, why you are rotting in this material world? This is the greatest service, Krishna consciousness. But Maya is very strong, Still, it is the duty of every Krishna Bhakta to try to enlighten everyone to Krishna consciousness. Just like Kunti Devi is pointing out. First of all, she said, Alaksam sarvabhutanam antarbhahi avasut. Although Krishna, the Supreme Person, is without and within, still to the rascals and fools is invisible. Therefore, she is pointing out, here is the Lord, Krishna, Vasudeva. He is all pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he is very much pleased to become the son of Devaki. Devaki Nandanaya. Devaki Nandanaya. Devaki Nandan is mentioned in the Atharva Veda also. Krishna comes as Devaki Nandan. And his foster father is Nanda Gopa, Nanda Maharaj. So Krishna likes to be related with his devotee as father and mother. Here in this material world, we try to make our relationship with the Supreme as father, but Krishna wants to become the son. Therefore, Nanda Gopal. He takes pleasure to become a devotee's son. The ordinary man, they want God as father, but that is not very pleasing to Krishna. Father means, to become father means always botheration, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. You see? Of course, Krishna has got immense potencies to supply. Eko ju bahunam vidudhati kama. He can supply everyone as much he wants. He is supplying food to the elephant. He is supplying food to the ant. Why not to the human being? But these rascals do not know. They are working day and night like ass to find out bread. And if he goes to church, they are also, give me bread. They are only bread problem. That's all. Although the living entity is the son of the richest, opulent person, but he has created his bread problem. This is called ignorance. He thinks that if I do not solve my bread problem, if I do not drive my trucks day and night, that's such a nonsense civilization, you see. Bread problem. Where is bread problem? Krishna can supply, if he can supply food to the elephant, in Africa there are millions and millions of African elephants, you know, and they are supplied food. The Bhagavad says, don't waste your time for this bread problem. Don't waste it. Tasyaiva heta prajateta kovida na labhate jad brahmatam uparjat. Don't waste your time. How to solve your economic problem? This is nonsense. Of course, it is very revolutionary. People will hate me. The what Swamiji is speaking. But actually this is the fact. This is another madness. Suppose you have got your rich father, enough food, where is your economic problem? This is madness. There is no economic problem. If you know that my father is the richest man of this city, then where is my economic problem? Actually that is the position. We have no economic problem. Everything is there, complete. Purnam, Purnamada, Purnamadam, Purnat Purnamudachyati. Everything is complete there. You want water, just see, there are oceans of water. You want purified water, you cannot, although the ocean water is so much, when there is scarcity of water, you have to take help of Krishna. He will evaporate the water, he will make it cloud, then when it falls down, then it becomes sweet, otherwise you cannot touch. Everything under control. Everything is full, water, light, heat, everything is complete. Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva avashishyate. His talk is never finished. Simply you become obedient and the supply is there. You can understand. These Krishna consciousness persons, they have no problem, economic problem. Everything is sufficiently supplied by Krishna. In Los Angeles, the neighbors, they are very envious. You do not work, you have no anxiety, and you have got 4 cars, you are eating so nicely. How is that? They inquire from our devotees. That is the actual fact. We are spending so much money, we have got so many centers, the calculation is about $70,000 we are spending. We supply. Somehow or other we are getting. So there is no problem. You simply become sincere servant of Krishna, everything is there. This is the test. They are envious of us that we do not work, still we have got so much. So why don't you come and join us? That they will not do. You come with us, chant Hare Krishna. No, that I cannot do. All right, then what? With your tracks. So. They have made their own position dangerous and others' position also. They say at any moment there may be accident. This is civilization. Nonsense, this is not civilization. Civilization means calmness, peace, prosperity, shanti. In peace and prosperity one should be Krishna conscious, always. Tasyaiva heta prajateta kovida. Nalabhate jad bhramadam uparijadha. In the animal life or other than human life, we had worked so much, only for morsel of food, day and night working. But still, the food is there, simply. Avidya karma sangha anya titya shaktirishyate. Avidya, this material world, is full of ignorance. So therefore, our endeavor should be how to come out of this ignorance. Tasyaiva hetu. For that reason we should work only. How to come out of this ignorance. That I am this material body, I have to work day and night, and then I shall get my food, then I shall leave. This is ignorance. Tasyaiva heta prajate. So this ignorance, this life of ignorance we have passed in the forms other than the human being. Animal life, bird's life, beast life. Now, this life should be peaceful, calm and quiet, and jivasya tattva jigyasa, simply for inquiring about the absolute truth. That should be the business. Simple. Jivasya tattva jigyasa, athato brahma jigyasa. Simply sit down, just like we are sitting down. We are sitting down and inquiring about Krishna. This is life. This is life. But what is this life? Working day and night like ass. No, that is not life. Therefore Bhagavad says, your life should be engaged for this purpose. Tasyaiva heta prajatit kovida. Kovida means intelligence. Then how my economic problems will be solved? The answer is, tallabhate dukkha badannatas sukham. You are after happiness. Are you after distress? No, sir. Then why distress comes upon you? You are not anxious for distress, calamities. Why do they come upon you? Similarly, so far your happiness is also concerned, that will also come upon you. Because your life, according to your karma, is mixed up with some portion of happiness, some portion of distress. If the distress comes without any invitation, the happiness also will come without invitation. Without any invitation. Because you are destined already. That so much happiness, so much distress we will have. Destined. So you cannot change it. Try to change your lot, this material conditional life. That is your only business. Tasyaiva heta prajate tato vid. Nalabhate jad bhramatam uparjata. Bhramatam uparjata. You have tried. Bhramatam uparjata. Upar means higher planetary system. Sometimes we get our birth in higher planetary system as demigods. And sometimes adha, as animals, as cats and dogs, as janma, the stool. This is going on. This is going on according to our karma. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ei rupe brahmanda bhramite kono bhagwan ji. Only a fortunate living entity gets this opportunity of association of Krishna and Krishna's devotee. Then his life becomes sublime. Ei rupe brahmanda bhramite kono bhagwan ji. Guru Krishna kripa pai bhakti lata. This bhakti lata is the seed of devotional service. Chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So, Kunti Devi is pointing out that who is the person, Alaksha, invisible? Yeah, Krishna. Now, Krishna, there are so many Krishna. Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. There are many Vasudevas. No, Nanda Gopa, Nandana, the foster son of Maharaj Nanda. 3 times he is pointing, here is Krishna. Krishna, who officially takes his birth as son of Devaki and Vasudeva, but he enjoys the company of Mother Jasoda and Nanda Maharaj, the childhood company. This is Krishna's pastimes. So, Ananda Leela, Maya Vigrahaya. Ananda Leela, Krishna's Leela, pastimes are all jubilant. Ananda Leela Maya. Anandamaya Bhyasa. He is by nature Anandamaya. Krishna will never find Krishna is very unhappy. Krishna is never unhappy. Krishna is always happy. Therefore, Nanda Gopa, Kumaraya, Govindaya, he is happy, and whoever associates with him, he is also happy. Govindaya. We are after sense gratification. Go means senses. So if you associate with Krishna, you enjoy your senses affluently. Just as the gopis are dancing with Krishna. So there is no scarcity of sense gratification also. But that is not this sense, gross sense gratification. That is spiritual sense. That is spiritual sense. Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jalavigrahasya, we chant every day. That sense gratification is Ananda Chinmaya. Chinmaya, in the spiritual world. Not this third class Ananda with these bodily senses. This is not Ananda. This is an illusion. This is illusion. We are thinking that I am enjoying. But that is not Ananda. This Ananda is not fact, because we cannot enjoy this material sense pleasure for long. Everyone has got experience. It is finished. It is finished. But spiritual enjoyment does not finish, it increases. That is the difference. Ananda Chinmaya Sadhujjala Vigrahas. Govindam, Adi Purusa. So you have to associate with Govinda. Here is also it is said. Govindaya namo namo. I offer my respectful obeisances to Govinda. So this Krishna consciousness movement is so nice. You become directly in contact with Govinda. This deity worship is also directly in contact with Govinda. Sri Vigrahara Dhana Nityanana Sringara Tanamandira Marjanalo. This Vigraha, the deity of Krishna, that is also Krishna's mercy. Because Krishna is alaksha, invisible, he has become visible for your facility. As you can see, it is not that Krishna is stone or Krishna is wood or Krishna is metal. Krishna is always Krishna. But he appears because you cannot see except wood, stone and metal. He appears like that, wood, stone and metal. But he is not wood, stone, metal. You will get the same facility as Krishna personally. If you associate, you will associate with Krishna. But at the present moment, because Krishna is invisible, therefore he has very kindly taken a form which is visible by you. This is Krishna's mercy. Do not think, here is Krishna, stone Krishna. Krishna is everything. Krishna is everything, so Krishna is stone also. Krishna is stone also. But he is not that stone that cannot act. Krishna act also in the stone form also. Krishna act also in metal form also. And he will perceive that. Sameva spurattada. The more you give service, the so-called stone also speak with you. There are many instances like that. So we should take to this Krishna consciousness movement according to the Shastra. See, I am very pleased that you are doing nicely, dressing the deity very nicely. More and more in this way, offer Krishna nice prasadam, nice foodstuff, nice dress, keep the temple very clean. See mandira marjanadishu. Marjana means cleansing. Either you dress Krishna or cleanse the temple, the effect is the same. Don't think, I am a cleanser and he is a dresser. No, the dresser and the cleanser are the same. Krishna is absolute. In any way, be engaged in Krishna's service, your life will be successful. This is Krishna consciousness movement. So, by the grace of Kunti Devi, we can understand that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Vasudeva, another meaning of Vasudeva is that when you come to the platform of Vasudeva, Sattang Vishuddham, Vasudeva Sabdi. Sattang, Satta, goodness. First of all, you have to come to the platform of goodness. But here in the material world, the goodness is also sometimes contaminated by other low qualities, ignorance and passion. So, by hearing about Krishna, Sinnatang Sagata Krishna, Punna Savanakita, just like you are hearing about Krishna. Similarly, try to hear about Krishna, always, 24 hours. Chant about Krishna. In this way, the dirty things will be clean. Nasta prayeshu avadreshu nittang bhagavata sivaya. Nittang. Nittang means always. Not that Bhagavad Saptaha, the official. No, not like that. There is another exploitation. In the Bhagavad it is said, nittang bhagavata sivaya. Nittang means daily, 24 hours. Either you read Srimad Bhagavatam or carry out the order of your spiritual master. This is also order. Bhagavata is spiritual master, Vaishnava, he is also Bhagavad. Acharya, Bhagavad. Grantha Bhagavad, and person Bhagavad. The person Bhagavad or book Bhagavad, you always say, Nittang Bhagavad Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naisthiki. Then he will be fixed up, Naisthiki. Nobody can move you. Bhagavati Uttama Sloke, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, Krishna consciousness movement should be realized by you, by the process prescribed, and try to give to the people. This is the greatest welfare activities in the world, to awaken Krishna consciousness, the dormant Krishna consciousness. It is, of course, practically we can see 4 or 5 years ago, none of you were in Krishna consciousness, but it has been awakened. Now you are Krishna consciousness. Then others can be awakened also. There is no difficulty. The process is the same. So, by following the footprints of devotees like Kunti, we shall be able to understand, as she is pointing out, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya Cha, Nanda Gopakumaraya. This is Krishna's identification. Just like we take identification of a person, what is your father's name? So here we are giving, presenting God with His father's name, with His mother's name, with His address. We are not impersonal, it's vague idea. No, everything complete, perfect, the identification. If you take advantage of this propagation of Krishna consciousness, then you are certainly benefited. Thank you very much.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, First Canto, 8th Chapter, Text number 28, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on October 8, 1974, in Mayapur, India.
Manitang kalam ishanam munadi nidhanam vibhom samang charantang sarvatra bhutanang jan mithakali. The Kunti Devi is presenting his conception of Krishna or God consciousness. Perfectly he is presenting that samang charantang sarvatra, Krishna or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present everywhere. And he is equally merciful, or in everything he is equal to everyone. Just like the sun is equally distributing the sunshine. Now, in some country we find there is cloud, sun is covered, there is no sunshine. The sun is shining, but due to our misfortune or something else, the sun is covered and we cannot see. It is not that the sunshine is stopped. Sunshine is there. Similarly, Krishna's mercy is equally there. Samohang sarva bhuteshu, in another verse in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Samohang sarva bhuteshu, I am equal to everyone. Otherwise, how he can be God? God is not partial, that he is merciful upon me and not merciful upon you. God cannot be. Just take a state, government. Government is equal to everyone, all citizens. But why somebody is going to the university to take his MA degree, and why one is going to the prison house to be imprisoned and suffering for so many years? And it is not a government's partiality that somebody go to the prison house and somebody will go to the university and occupy responsible position. No. It is our fault that we do not take opportunity or the facilities offered by the government or Krishna. It is our fault. Why there are so many discrepancies and non-equality? Somebody is very rich, somebody is very poor, somebody is eating stool and somebody is eating nice prasadam, halwa. It is all due to the living entities' karma. Otherwise, God is equal to everyone. Samang charantang sarvatra. God is not partial. Just like nowadays, these rascals, they say, why God is unkind to the poor man? No, God is not unkind to the poor man. The poor man, he has become poor by his karma. Karmana daiva netrena. Daiva netrena. Daiva means superior or godly. Netrena. Netrena means by the eyes. Or netrena, netritya, by the leadership. Leaders or superintendent. Whatever we are doing, because God is everywhere situated, samang charanta sarvatra. Krishna is there everywhere. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati. Ishara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is situated in everyone's heart. So we cannot conceal anything from God. Another place it is said, just like the sun is the eye of God. Jatchakshuresha sabita sagalagrahanam. Sabita, sabita means sun, sajja, is the eye of Govinda. So, if you are doing something, any part of the world, the sun is seen. This is a crude example. Similarly, at night, the moon is seen. And Krishna said that Rasoham Apsukaunteya Prabhasmi Sasisurjaya. So, Krishna, the sunshine is also Krishna. So, if you think that I am doing something for my sense gratification, nobody is seeing, I am stealing some sugar cane from the field and nobody is seeing. But how you can say nobody is seeing, the sun is seeing? How you can conceal? No, I shall do it at night, or the moon is seeing. So how can you conceal? So, Parasa Shakti, Vividaiva Sriyate, he is so omnipotent that he can see from anywhere and everywhere what you are doing, what you are willing, what you want to do. We cannot call seeing. That is not possible. Therefore it is said, Daivanatrena, you can bluff the material police, but you cannot bluff Krishna. That is not possible. If you are doing anything wrong, then it is being seen by the Supreme Personality. Samang charantam. He is everywhere. Therefore those who are God conscious, at least, that is the Indian culture. They think, I am doing this nonsense. Krishna, God will see it. Even in ordinary person who has no education, still he will admit. तो ऊपर वाला देखेगा. God will see. That's a fact. That's a fact. So if everyone is God conscious, that God is everywhere, then how he can act sinfully? It is not possible. If he is God conscious, if he knows that God is everywhere and he will see if I do something sinful by bluffing others, therefore God consciousness is so important. If Krishna consciousness movement is spread and if it is taken by all people, then so many things will be automatically reformed. There will be no need of police, there will be no need of CID, because If one is God conscious, he will not do anything wrong. But because people are not God conscious, they are doing so many wrong things that it has been almost impossible to govern the people. Therefore Krishna consciousness movement is very essential to understand this fact that samang charantam sarvatra bhutanam jana mithak kali. We have created so many religious systems. So many religious systems, and the Hindu is fighting with the Muslim, Muslim is fighting with the Hindu, that my religion is better than your religion, or in the other countries also, the Jews fighting with the Christian Jews, and the black fighting with the white, white fighting with the black. This Kali, that is the result of this material existence. Vrndavana loka. That is the work of this material nature. Even if you want to live very peacefully, you will not be allowed to live. Daivijyesha gunami mama mayadru. It is not a place to live very peacefully, but if you think artificially that we are very happy, we have advanced in material civilization, and we have very comfortable life, where is comfort? There cannot be any comfort. Therefore it is the duty of Maya to remind you, always putting you in distress condition. Dukkhalayam asasatam. It is God. You cannot live peacefully, happily within the prison house, because you are condemned to this prison life. You cannot expect very comfortable life there. So, samang charantam, this God is equally kind, equally merciful, but we fight, disagree in religious principle. That is due to Kali. Not this Kali. Kali means due to our fighting spirit. It is not God. God is equal to everyone. We fight because we have got misconception. So we think that this religion is better than that religion, or that religion is better than. Every religion must be good, provided one is God conscious. We say that. So many people question in the Western countries whether one can attain perfection by following Christian religion. Why not? You can also attain. But who is following? First of all, let me see, who is following Christian religion? The Christian religion says in the beginning, first commandment, thou shalt not kill, and you are simply killing. So where is Christian? Christian religion is not bad. No religion is bad. But where is Christian? Where is Hindu? They are all godless rascals. Therefore there is misunderstanding. Otherwise, if everyone is God conscious, if everyone knows that God is present everywhere, whatever I do, He will see as sunshine, He will see as moonshine, He will see as water. Rasoham apsukanteya. No, who can avoid water? Who can avoid sunshine? Who can avoid moonshine? Nobody can. The God says, these things are I am. Rasoham apsukanteya. Prabhasmi sasasurjaya. So how you can avoid God's vigilance? Then how you can commit sin to? They do not believe in godlessness, they do not believe in existence of God. They have been taught like that, and they do not know what is God. This is the misfortune of the present civilization. Present godless civilization, therefore They have created simply chaotic situation all over the world. About the movement, Krishna consciousness movement is very, very important and essential. Those who are sober, they are understanding it. Just like in Australia, the priestly class, they understood that this movement is trying to people to see towards God, back to God. You have advanced in civilization by so-called material advancement, scientific. But what you have done? You have created simply chaos. Therefore we say our magazine is named Back to God. Now you have finished your business. Now see back to God. Just like if you do not see the sun, if you keep the sun backside, then you simply see a long shadow of your body, black shadow, that's all. But if you turn towards the sun, you will not see the black shadow, you will see all light. Simply you have to turn. So we have named this Back to Godhead very scientific. You see towards God, then everything is light. Where there is God, there is no any science. This is not manufactured, there is some verse in the Chaitanya. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Andhaka. Jaha Krishna taha nahi mayar odhika. Krishna Surya Sama. Krishna is just like sun. There is no darkness. Can we expect any darkness in the sun planet? No, there is no possibility. Sun planet is always bright. Similarly, this is the example of the spiritual world, the sun planet, Krishna Surya Sama. So if you go to the spiritual world, then everything is bright. Na tatra bhasayate surya, na sasanka na pavaka. That is the description of the spiritual world. Na jatra bhasate surya. In the spiritual world, there is no need of sun. Because everyone is brilliant, every planet is brilliant. Jasaprabha prabhavatu jagadanda koti. Kotishu aseshu vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam. Vibhuti bhinnam. Tad brahma nishkalam anantam aseshu bhutam govindam adi purusham tamam. Everything is there. So, if we become Krishna conscious, there cannot be any darkness. There cannot be any ignorance. There cannot be any sinful life. Everything bright. Everything peaceful. Therefore we must take to Krishna consciousness if we want to save from the clutches of Maya. And that is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Daividhyesha gunamayi mama maya duruttaya. Mame vaja prapaddante maya me tang taranti. This is the process. So, Krishna manne tang kalam ishanam. Eternal time. We are calculating past, present and future. But actually, in the spiritual world, there is no such thing as past, present and future. We therefore sometimes question, where from God came. So many odd questions they say. But God is eternally existing. That is the fact. We cannot understand that. Because we are in the material world, we have no experience of the eternity. What is eternity? We have no experience. We see everything as generated, born, and then it stays for some time, then it is finished. That is our experience. Janma Mrityu, Vriddhi, they have they have made past, present and future, but it is divided into 6 development. One takes birth, then it develops, then it stays for some time, then it produces some byproduct, then diminishes, and then finished. Sarobika, this body, Sarobika. So eternity means there is no Sarobika. The 6 kind of changes. There is no birth, there is no death, there is no diminishing, there is no byproduct. Everything is eternal, eternally existing. That kalam, that eternal time is Krishna. Tam, manne, I think, that eternal time you are Krishna. That's the fact. And Ishanam. Ishanam means the supreme controller. Ishara Parama Krishna. Controller means Ishara. Ishara means controller. He is the supreme controller. He is controlling the whole creation. Ishanam. Kalam Ishanam. But who is controlling him? No, he is not controlled. Anadi. Beginningless. Neither endless or beginningless. Anadi or Nidhanam. And Vibhom, the supreme. This is the understanding of Krishna. We have to take lessons from authorities. Here is Kunti authority. Therefore, his statements are recorded in the Shastra. What is Shastra? Shastra means is the record of the statement of authorities. That is called Shastra. Just like in law court, you put law books. What is that law book? Law book means the statement of the authorities. Similarly, Shastra means Shasdhatu. Shastra means weapon. And Shastra means the law books. So what is the law book? Law book means some authority which has given the law. The government gives law. So similarly, Shastra means the statement given by the authorities. So Kunti is authority. Kunti is authority. How she has become authority? Because she has followed the authorities. Brahma, Narad, Shambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kapila, Kumara, Manu. Those are strictly following the statements of the authorities. They are also authority. Just like who is a lawyer. Lawyer is he who has studied law very nicely and following the law. That is lawyer. Good lawyer. And third class lawyer means one who does not know how to follow it. Good lawyer in the court, who can give reference from the law books. My lord, you refer to such and such section of such and such law book, and you will find what I am stating. And the judge, when he sees, yes, it is all, then his case is own. So authority. Mahajana jina gatasya pantha. Mahajan, authority means Mahajan. Ordinary common people is called Jano. Ordinary man. And those are authority, they are Mahajana. Mahajana jina gatasya pantha. So, the statements of Kunti is recorded here Srimad Bhagavatam. Not that he is ordinary woman. Otherwise her statements should not have been mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So you have to accept what Kunti says. Manne tang kalamisanam manadi nidanam vibhum samang charantang sarvatra bhutana janamitakkali. So misunderstanding of God, there is no misunderstanding of the authorities. The misunderstanding is a common man. It's like in Australia, when I spoke, there was no misunderstanding. There was agreement by the priest and myself. There was complete agreement. You are with me? No. You are not. They, after hearing my lecture for 1 hour, they agreed and clapped for 10 minutes. So there cannot be any misunderstanding. Those who are actually, they question, what is your opinion of Lord Jesus Christ? And I say, he preached God consciousness. He is our Guru. Anyone who preaches the message of God, he is Guru. So they very much appreciate, and actually it is so. Vaishnava who is preaching, it may be in a different way, according to time and place and the party. They have to change something, deshkal patra. But we have to see the essence. Wherever there is God consciousness, wherever there is understanding. It's like we sometimes consult dictionary, a small dictionary, pocket dictionary, and a big international dictionary. Both of them are dictionaries. But according to time, deshkal patra, for a small child, that small dictionary is sufficient. Higher mathematics and lower class mathematics. But 2 plus 2 is always the same. In higher mathematics or lower mathematics. It is not that in the higher mathematics 2 plus 2 equal to 5. No. So the principle is the same. It is to distinction of deshkal patra. Things are just like the statement in the Srimad Bhagavatam, they are meant for a highly developed conscious person. They are not for ordinary person. Parama nirmasaranang satang vastava vastu vedam atra Srimad Bhagavatam. Parama nirmasara. People are envious. Envious. He is Christian. He is Mohammedan. He is this, he is that. No. Parama nirmasara. Paramahansa, he does not see he is Mohammedan, he is Christian, he is Jew. Pandita samadarshana. He will see everyone equal, the part and parcel of God. Krishna. Mamaivangsha. He says this. Krishna says, Mamaivangsha jiva bhuta. All living entities are my part and parcel. Why he shall take the skin? Because the skin is made by Mohammedan, and the skin is made by Christian, and skin is made by Hindu. He is not the skin observer. He is observed there within. Dehinasmin yatha dehe kumarang jovanang jara. Within this body, the spirit soul is there. This is the education of spiritual education in the beginning. Just see inside, introspect, not outward seeing. Those who are seeing outwardly, jashnatu buddhi kunapeti dha, they are asses. So one should be advanced by hearing the authorities. The God is equal to him. I say, why there should be Hindu religion and Muslim religion or Christian religion? There cannot be. Just like gold is gold. Nobody can say this is Indian gold, this is American gold, this is Christian gold, and this is Mohammedan gold. Gold is gold. So actually one is God conscious. For him there is no such distinction. Because he knows samang charantam sarvatra bhutana. God is present everywhere. Simply he has forgot. That forgetfulness is applicable to anyone, either Hindu, Muslim or Christian. It doesn't matter. Our business is to rectify that forgetfulness. Rectify, to remove that forgetfulness. This is Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 8th Chapter, Text number 29, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on April 21st, 1973, in Los Angeles.
Translation. O Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human and so are misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial.
So, the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam. So, two purposes. When God incarnates, He has got two missions. One mission is Paritranaya sadhunam and vinasaya. One mission is to deliver the faithful devotees, sadhu. Sadhu means saintly person. The sadhu I have explained several times. Sadhu means devotee. Sadhu does not mean the worldly honesty or dishonesty, morality or immorality. It has nothing to do with material activities. It is simply spiritual sadhu. But sometimes we derive sadhu, a person's material goodness, morality, but actually sadhu means in the transcendental platform, those who are engaged in devotional service. Sagunan samutitta hitan. Sadhu is transcendental to the material qualities. Because paritrana sadhuna. The paritrana means to deliver. Now, if a sadhu is already delivered, he is on the transcendental platform, then where is the necessity of delivering him? This is the question. Therefore this word is used, virambanam. It is bewildering. It is contradictory. It appears to be contradictory. If a sadhu is already delivered, transcendental position means he is no longer under the control of the three material modes of nature, goodness, passion and ignorance. Because it is clearly stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Sagunan samatitto ita. He transcends the material qualities, a sadhu, devotee. Then where is the question of deliverance? The deliverance, he does not require deliverance, a sadhu. But because he is very much anxious to see the Supreme Lord eye to eye, that is his inner desire, therefore Krishna comes. Not for deliverance, he is already delivered. He is already delivered from the material clutches. But to satisfy him, Krishna is always, just like a devotee wants to satisfy the Lord in all respects. Similarly, more than the devotee, the Lord wants to satisfy the devotee. This is the exchange of loving affairs. It's like in your ordinary dealings also. If you love somebody, you want to satisfy him or her. Similarly, she or he also wants to reciprocate. So if that reciprocation or loving affair is there in this material world, how much it is greatly elevated in the spiritual world. So there is a verse that sadhu is my heart and I am also the sadhu's heart. The sadhu is always thinking of Krishna, and Krishna is always thinking of his devotee, sadhu. So, the appearance and disappearance of Lord within this material world, that is called chikirsitam. What is the word meaning of chikirsitam?
Pastimes.
Pastime. It is Krishna's pastime that he comes. When he comes, of course, he works something. The work is to give protection to the sadhu and to kill the asadhu. But both the activities are his pastimes. He is not envious. He cannot be envious. The killing of the demons, that is also his affection. Just like sometimes we punish our children, to give a very strong slap. That is not out of love. There is love. So when Krishna kills a demon, the business is not on the platform of material jealousy or enviousness. No. Therefore, it is mentioned in the Shastras that even the demons who are killed by Lord, they also get immediate salvation. The result is the same. Just like Putana was killed. Putana wanted to kill Krishna. But who can kill Krishna? That is not possible. She was killed. But what was the result? The result was that she got the position of Krishna's mother. Krishna accepted her as his mother. She came with a poison-coated nipple, that Krishna will suck my nipple and the child will die immediately. But that is not possible. She was killed. Krishna sucks the nipple and the life altogether. But Krishna took the bright side, that this woman, demon, she came to kill me, but somehow or other I have sucked her breast milk, so she is my mother. She is my mother. So she got the position of mother. These are explained in the Bhagavatam. Buddha explained to Bidu that Krishna is so kind, God is so kind, even the person who wanted to kill him with poison, she was accepted as mother. Such a kind God, Krishna, that whom shall I worship others except Krishna? This example is given. So actually, Krishna has no enemy. It is said, Najasya kaschit dvaita. Dvaita means favor. Nobody is favored. Najasya kaschit dvaitasti karhichit deshyasya. And nobody is his enemy. But who can be his enemy, who can be his friend? Suppose we create friends, we expect some benediction or some profit from the friend. And enemy means we expect some harmful activities by the enemy. But Krishna is so perfect that nobody can do any harm to Krishna, neither anybody can give anything to Krishna. So where is the necessity of friend and enemy? There is no necessity. Therefore it is stated here, Najasya kaschit dvaitasti. He doesn't require anyone's favor. He is complete. I may be a very poor man, I expect some friend's favor, somebody's favor, but that is my expectation, because I am imperfect. I am not full. I am deficient in so many ways. So I am needy, always. Therefore, I want to create some friend, and similarly I hate the enemy. So Krishna is being the supreme. Nobody can do any harm to Krishna, nobody can give anything to Krishna. So why we are offering Krishna so much comforts? We are dressing Krishna, we are decorating Krishna, we are giving nice food to Krishna. So the idea is, try to understand this one. Krishna does not require your nice dress or nice flower or nice food. Krishna does not require. But if you give him, then you become benefited. It is Krishna's favor that is accepting. The example is given just like if you decorate the original person, the reflection of the person in the mirror, it also appears decorated. So we are reflection. In the Bible also it is said that man is made after the image of God. So as Krishna is the transcendental, he has got 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 head. So man is made after God, means we are reflection of the image of God. Not that we manufacture, imagine some form according to our form. That is mistake. The Mayavadi philosophy is like that. It is called anthropomorphism. They say that because the absolute truth is impersonal, but because we are persons, we imagine that absolute truth also person. But just the opposite. Actually that is not the fact. We have got this personal form as reflection of God. So in the reflection, if the original person is benefited, the reflection is also benefited. That is the philosophy. The reflection is also benefited. So if you decorate Krishna, so you become decorated. If you satisfy Krishna, then you become satisfied. If you offer nice foodstuff to Krishna, then you eat them. Perhaps those who are outside the temple, they have never imagined such nice foodstuff. But because it is being offered to Krishna, we have got the opportunity to take it. This is the philosophy. So you try to satisfy Krishna in all respect, then he will be satisfied in all respect. This is, Krishna does not require your service, but he kindly accepts. Sarvadharman parittajya mamekang saranang vraja. Krishna is asking you that you surrender unto me. It does not mean that Krishna is lacking one servant, and if you surrender, then he will be prohibited. Krishna can create millions of servants by his only desire. So that is not the point. But if you surrender to Krishna, you become saved. You become saved. That is your business. Krishna says, aham tva sarva pape bhamokhoishave. You are suffering here, just like without any shelter. You see so many people loiter in the street, no aim, no light. We go in the beach side, you see so many boys and girls without a aim, loitering, do not know what to do, all confused. But if you take shelter of Krishna, then you will know, oh, I have got now shelter. There is no more confusion. There is no more hopelessness. You can understand it very well. and I receive so many letters daily, how they are hopeful in Krishna consciousness. So, Krishna has come here, has descended to collect some servant. That's not the fact. If we agree, instead of becoming Krishna's servant, we are servant of so many things. We are servant of our senses and sense activities. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moho. Actually the whole world is serving the senses. Servant of the senses. Godas. But if we engage the senses in the service of Krishna, then we shall no longer remain the servant of the senses, we shall be the master of the senses. Because we shall not allow our senses to be engaged otherwise. That strength we shall get, and then we shall be saved. So here Kunti Devi is describing that your appearance in this material world is not misleading, bewildering. We are thinking that Krishna has got some mission, some purpose, therefore he has appeared. No, it is his pastimes. It is pastime. Just like sometimes the governor goes to inspect the prison house. He has no business to go to the prison house. He is getting report from the superintendent. He doesn't. Still, sometimes he comes, let me see how they are doing. It is called pastime. It is his free will, not that he has become subjected to the prison laws and he has to come to the prison. No, not like that. But if the prisoners think, oh, here the governor is also in the prison, so we are equal. We are equal. I am also governor. The rascal thinks like that. Because Krishna has come, descended, avatar, so I am also avatar. This rascaldom is going on. So, here it is said, Naveda kaschid bhagavan chikisita. Nobody knows what is the purpose of your appearance and disappearance. Nobody knows. So, tava ihamanasya ninag virambanam. It is bewildering. Nobody can understand what is the real purpose. The real purpose is his free will. Let me go and see. He doesn't require to come to kill the demons. There are so many agents. If there is a strong wind, thousands of demons can be killed in a moment. So Krishna does not require to come to kill the demons, and he does not require also to come to give protection to the devotee. By his simply will, everything is there. But he takes a pleasure, pastime. Let me go and see. Sometimes he wants to fight. Because the fighting spirit is also there in Krishna. Otherwise, where we get? Because we are part and parcel of Krishna. All the qualities of Krishna in minute quantity, they are within us. We are a sample of Krishna. But where from we get this fighting spirit? The fighting spirit is there in Krishna. Therefore, just like sometimes big man or kings, they engage some wrestler to fight. They pay the wrestler to fight with the king. But he is not enemy. He is giving pleasure to the king by fight, mock fighting. Similarly, when Krishna wants to fight, who will fight with him? Some of his devotee, great devotee will fight with him. Not ordinary. Just like a king, if he wants to practice mock fighting, some very exalted fighter, wrestler will be engaged. Similarly, that is also service, because Krishna wants to fight. Therefore, some of his devotees come down to become his enemy. just like Joy Bija. This Hiranyakasipu and Hiranyaka. Do you think they are ordinary living entity? That Nishangadev, God himself has come to kill him. Do you think they are ordinary? No, they are not ordinary. They are devotees. But Krishna wanted to fight in the Vaikuntha world. There is no possibility of fighting because everyone there, they are engaged in Krishna's service. With whom he will fight? Therefore, he sends some devotee in the garb of enemy, and Krishna comes here to fight with him. At the same time, to teach us that becoming enemy of Krishna is not very profitable. Better become friend, that will be profitable. Therefore it is said that Naveda kaschid bhagavan chikisakam. Nobody knows what is the purpose of your appearance and disappearance. Tava yihamanasya nilang virambanam. You are in this world just like ordinary human being. This is bewildering. Therefore ordinary man cannot believe how God can become an ordinary person like Krishna is playing. Although he was not playing ordinary person, he was playing as God whenever there was necessity. Just like he married 16,000 wives. When he married, he was one. 16,000 girls offered surrender to Krishna, that we are now kidnapped. If we go home, nobody will marry us. That is a strict Vedic system. If an unmarried girl goes out of home even for one night, nobody will marry him. Still it is going on. Nobody will marry. So this is the old system. All these 16,000 girls who were kidnapped by Bhaumasura. So they prayed to Krishna, and Krishna came, killed the Bhaumasura, deliver all the girls. So when Krishna asked them, now you can safely go to your father's house, they replied, sir, if we go back to our father's house, what will be our fate? Nobody will marry us. Because this man, this Rakhas, they kidnapped us. Then what do you want? You want that you become our husband. So Krishna is so kind. Yes, immediately accepted. That is Krishna. Now when they were brought at home, not that 16,000 wives will have to wait for 16,000 nights to meet Krishna. Krishna expanded himself into 16,000 forms and constructed 16,000 palaces and establishment, and each palace, this description is there in here. That is Bhagavan. So those rascals, they cannot understand. They criticize Krishna that he was very lusty. He married 16,000 wives. Even if he is lusty, he is unlimitedly lusty. Because he is unlimited. Why 16,000? If you would marry 16 millions of wives, still it is imperfect. That is Krishna. So for Krishna there is no such thing that you can accuse Krishna as lusty, sensuous. No. He showed favor to all these devotees. There are so many devotees of Krishna. Some devotee is asking Krishna to become her husband. Some devotee is asking Krishna to become his friend. Some devotee is asking Krishna to become his son. And some devotee is asking to become his playmate. In this way, millions and trillions of devotees are there all over the universe. And Krishna has to satisfy them all. He does not require any help from the devotees. But as the devotees want, so the 16,000 devotees wanted Krishna as their husband. Krishna agreed, and that is just like common man. But as God, he expanded himself into 16,000 forms. So Narada came to see Krishna has married 16,000 wives. How he is dealing with them? Let me see. So when he came here, he saw in 16,000 palaces, Krishna is acting differently. And somewhere he is talking with his wife, somewhere he is playing with his children, somewhere he is getting marriage ceremony of his sons and daughters. So many 16,000 ways he is engaged. That is Krishna. Krishna, although just like he was playing just like ordinary child. But when Mother Jashoda wanted to see his mouth open, whether he has eaten dirt, he showed within the mouth all the universes. This is Krishna. Although he is playing just like ordinary child, ordinary human being, but when there is need, he shows his godly nature. Just like Arjuna, he was driving the chariot, but when Arjuna wanted to see his universal form, immediately showed it. Thousands and millions of haze and weapons. This is Krishna. So, not just Sakosya. Otherwise, Krishna has no enemy, Krishna has no friend, he is completely independent, he does not depend on enemy, but he plays like that for the benefit of the so-called friend and so-called enemy. He is Krishna, that is Krishna's absolute nature. When Krishna favors as either as enemy or as friend, the result is the same. Therefore Krishna is absolute. Thank you very much.